My beloved, do you think it's an accident that you're hearing my voice right now? No. Heaven planned this moment long, before you took your first breath. Here on Holy Voices, we share the whispers of eternity, the messages that change hearts and awaken destinies. If your soul is ready, stay with me, because what you're about to hear might be the very word your spirit has been waiting for. Your third eye chakra opens with discernment when you act in faith. The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Matthew 9, verse 37. Be one of the workers. Sow $20 into Holy Voices. You've been struggling, grieving, and wondering why God and why me for many days, possibly for many years. However, God is now responding to you. You have borne enough. You're prepared for more abundance than you could have ever dreamed of. Your provider is God. You have been selected by Him. You have the entire world at your feet. God has assured you that He will bring you out of poverty and into prosperity, a heavenly elevation that will permanently alter your life. Chosen ones, you could be shocked or even surprised by this. It's not a coincidence that you're seeing this at this very moment. Something significant is taking place in your life, which is why God has brought you here. You are transitioning from desire to having. That's right. The very things you've been wishing for, praying for, and waiting for are now real. They're entering your world. This goes beyond merely changing one's perspective. It's an energy and spiritual metamorphosis. Everything will start to come together as a chosen one in ways that will leave you stunned. However, you must comprehend how this operates and connect yourself with this divine shift in order to completely grasp this potent gift from God. Before we delve further into this transformative message, stop for a moment and perform 3 actions. To assist us achieve 100,000 awakened chosen ones, hit the like button, subscribe, and write a comment with the number 99. This number amplifies the energy of this message by sending a strong signal to the universe. And keep in mind that you will pay attention to what God has to say all the way through if you are indeed a chosen one. Your spirit already understands in your heart that this is for you. If you're not ready to receive this truth, you might not make it through. However, your life will never be the same if you do. Now let's get into it. Your financial difficulties and difficult season are not coincidental. It's a decree from God. The period of limitation and shortage in your life is officially over, according to God Himself. Consider the burden you have endured, the restless night spent worrying about loans, bills, and postponed dreams. Feel the strength of this promise now, a strong, unwavering command from the Creator Himself to rid your life of poverty. You're not an ordinary person. You've been selected by God for a great breakthrough. Imagine a storm that has raged for a long enough period of time to fill your soul with uncertainty and anxiety. God is a serenity that clears the clouds and the beacon of light that leads you through that storm and into a prosperous future. This isn't only about money. It's about living the life you were meant to live, being free, and having dignity. Poverty is no longer your lot in the divine order that has been established. God's purpose for you is unstoppable, even if the world doesn't recognize it now. Remember this fact. Your breakthrough is being orchestrated by the same God who created the earth and the heavens. He is paving the way ahead of you and removing the barriers that have held you back. Your poverty evacuation is already beginning. This is your time to have a profound faith, to have complete confidence, and to get ready to confidently walk into the abundant life that God has set aside for you, even if you don't see the whole picture just yet. A complex divine blueprint has been created specifically for you. No step is left to chance. No detail is missed. God has a purpose for your financial success that is neither haphazard nor rushed. It is wise, flawless, and purposeful. Recognize this even when it appears that others are gifted or favored. It's almost time for you. God's hand timed it perfectly. Every adversity you faced has been part of preparing you for this moment of success. Think about how the caterpillar changed. It must endure a period of darkness, hardship, and quiet before blossoming into a stunning butterfly. It's the same with your financial breakthrough. God has been quietly arranging resources, opportunities, and people for you in the background. His plan doesn't waste anything. Every setback and hardship has a purpose. Have faith that what appears to be a delay is actually God's divine timing, working out just right for you. This innovation is about more than just making money. It's about embracing your destiny in its entirety. Peace, purpose, and the capacity to benefit others via your abundance are all part of God's design. You are being raised not only for yourself, but also to serve as a living example of God's promises and a light of hope. You may be confident that His flawless plan will direct every action you do from now on. You were selected a long time ago. You are not defined by your difficulties. They polish you. The promises that God has given you are not just words. His love has cemented the covenant. Keep this in mind in a society when it seems like the wealthy get richer and the poor stay impoverished. You were handpicked for greatness and are God's beloved. Being poor is not who you are. Your destiny is deliverance. Consider the biblical tales. How God called the neglected, the weak, and the improbable to overcome their situation. Moses was a shepherd. A little shepherd boy named David. The modest Queen Esther. All of them were picked by God for special reasons. Like them, your choice will change your life regardless of what people may say or believe. You have been selected, and you will lead a prosperous and influential life. This promise is not a faraway dream, but an approaching reality. The fear and guilt that poverty has ingrained in your heart must go. God's hand is stretching out to lift you up, to restore what was lost, and to open doors that look permanently closed. Your future is bright, your place in God's kingdom is guaranteed, and your rescue is guaranteed. Take a confident step forward. You've made a breakthrough. Have you ever questioned why you appear to be on the sidelines while others seem to be blessed? It's an agonizing question that makes you feel bad when you see those around you succeed while you struggle. Here's the reality, though. The timing of God is flawless, and you are a part of every benefit in His plan. Sometimes supply comes others first, not to exclude you, but to prepare you, to teach you patience, faith, and resilience. Think about the seasons in nature. Not all places see spring bloom at the same time. Some trees produce fruit sooner than others. This delay is preparedness, not denial. God uses this period to fortify your character and develop a heart that is prepared to handle many rewards. The waiting area you've been in is a crucial area for development prior to your breakthrough, and it's a part of a larger design. This is not rejection. It's refinement. Therefore, start viewing this as your training ground rather than wondering why others succeed while you fail. It's not an issue of if, but when you will make your breakthrough. Have faith that, as it was for those who came before you, God's provision is en route to you. Your season is approaching, and because of the path you took, it will be much sweeter when it does. Giving up control is one of the most difficult things to do, particularly when your financial future seems uncertain. You might be tempted to take charge and attempt to resolve the issue on your own. Here's a potent reality, though. There is nothing you can compare to the scope of God's design, and you have to give it up. Letting go isn't giving up. It involves ascending to a higher plane of faith. Consider a youngster who is learning how to ride a bike. They cling on firmly at first, afraid of falling. However, the ride gets smoother, more liberated, and more thrilling when they eventually release the handlebars. God also urges you to let go of your fears, uncertainties, and anxieties. Put your faith in Him to steer your financial success. He has a nice heart and strong hands. Passivity is not the same as surrender. It denotes proactive trust. It entails creating room for God to perform miracles, provide opportunities, and provide answers that you couldn't come up with on your own. When you give up control, you allow joy to fill the hole created by uncertainty and tranquility to take the place of worry. God is already at work in the background on your side, so have faith in His flawless plan. Although your financial difficulties have been protracted and draining, they are about to come to an end. Imagine the finish line of a marathon runner. Every muscle is burning, yet happiness is overwhelming. You are now standing here on the brink of triumph. You will soon receive rewards beyond your wildest expectations for your loyalty, tenacity, and unwavering trust. The difficulties of life sometimes seem insurmountable. Nevertheless, every action you made and every tear you shed prepared you for this wonderful occasion. The difficulties you have encountered are not the end. It is the preface to a lovely tale of victory. God respects your perseverance and promises to shower your faith with serenity and plenty. There is more to this conclusion than the cessation of suffering. It marks the start of a prosperous life full of happiness, thankfulness, and the achievement of your greatest goals. Your breakthrough will be surrounded by blessings that will not only improve your situation, but also encourage people around you to think that God really does reward those who persevere and stay faithful. God's promise of plenty is a permanent blessing. It is a never-ending supply of money and resources. Envision an unending river that satisfies the hunger of every arid region it encounters. God's blessings will enter your life in this manner. Overflowing, dependable, and constant. Your wealth is timeless and intended to last throughout all phases of life. Many seek fleeting wealth that disappears like fog. However, God provides something different. For generations, you, your family, and your purpose are sustained by this holy, unending flow. In addition, providing for your needs, this riches will enable you to bless others and advance God's kingdom via your stewardship and charity. God's river of wealth is already flowing toward you, so you don't need to worry about shortage any longer. It is a strong, life-giving force that will bring happiness, calm, and security. Put your faith in this assurance and get ready to enter a world where plenty is the new normal. A life in which boundless blessings take the place of deprivation. God has already given you enough to begin your breakthrough, despite the fact that it's easy to feel like you're always falling short. You underestimate the strength of your current abilities, talents, and faith. Scarcity is not the issue. It's looking through a religious lens. The promise of God is obvious, overflowing above your wildest expectations. More than enough is en route to you. Imagine a farmer sowing seeds in arid soil. With perseverance and faith, the soil produces a bountiful crop, even though the initial harvest may appear little. In the same vein, your present assets are seeds of plenty. God is getting ready to multiply them tenfold. You will flourish rather than merely survive. Your finances, prospects, and tranquility will all experience immeasurable blessings. Don't dwell on what is absent. Celebrate what you have instead. It will rise 1,000-fold if you know God. God is transforming your enough into more than enough during this season of multiplication. God's abundance is coming to bless your life, your family, and your purpose. Get your heart ready to welcome this overflow. You are being invited by God to rise above your past, above your fears, and beyond your limitations in order to fully experience God's wealth. This is not a minor triumph. It's a metamorphosis that increases your blessings in all facets of your life. Imagine your blessings blossoming and producing fruit year after year. Like a tree planted by the water, the abundance of God spills out into your life. It affects your joy, your purpose, your relationships, and your health. You won't simply be fortunate. Your community will benefit greatly from you, and others who are still waiting will find hope in you. God is demonstrating his faithfulness and the truth of his promises via this multiplicity of blessings. This is a time of progress. Welcome it. Get up with assurance, understanding that God's plenty is for your purpose as well as your comfort. You are being prepared to accomplish more, change lives, and leave a legacy of faith and charity. Your ascent is evidence of God's enduring power and love. There is more to wealth than a figure in your bank account. It's a tool, a gift that God has given you to accomplish a greater goal. You are not supposed to hoard the abundance that comes your way. Its purpose is to make the world around you brighter, more hopeful, and more transformative. Your divine mission begins with your financial breakthrough. Consider the most inspirational benefactors and leaders in history, people who made use of their resources to improve communities, combat injustice, and leave a lasting impression rather than just using them for their own benefit. You will be able to do the same because of your wealth. Your blessings have a purpose, whether it's assisting a neighbor, contributing to a worthy cause, or creating something bigger. You are being called to stewardship. Your purpose is entwined with your prosperity, and God is giving you the means to achieve that goal. Think about how you can use what you have to further God's kingdom as you move into wealth. How can I use love and giving to increase my blessings? This is what riches really means. It's meaningful, lasting, and impactful. It's normal to encounter skepticism when you start to rise, and even mockery from people in your immediate vicinity. People can challenge your faith, make fun of your dreams, or reject your abilities. Although this is a harsh fact, keep in mind that your breakthrough transcends their perceptions. Your fate is not determined by their doubts. The promise of God does. Consider notable visionaries and pioneers who faced ridicule prior to their achievements. People like Nelson Mandela, who was imprisoned for years before rising to prominence as a world-changing leader. Criticism may be a part of your path. However, it simply indicates that you are about to embark on something remarkable. Instead of deterring you, let their incredulity strengthen your resolve. Remain rooted on God's word and promises to rise above the clamor. Remind yourself that you are a chosen one who is meant for greatness whenever doubt and ridicule arise. Allow their remarks to pass you by like water on a duck. Their criticism will be silenced by your breakthrough, and your achievement will serve as the unexpected proof. Accepting your fate entails living fully in the life that God has planned for you, a life full of prosperity, happiness, and unwavering thankfulness. This is about a deep sense of fulfillment that fills every part of your heart, not just about monetary wealth. Your entire perspective changes when you realize that God's benefits are gifts intended to uplift both your circumstances and your spirit. Imagine having a profound sense of calm when you wake up every day, knowing that your needs are being met and that your mission is being fulfilled. Giving $50 into Holy Voices is not loss. It's alignment. Whoever sows generously will also reap generously. 2 Corinthians 9, verse 6. Align your chakras. Align your destiny. Gratitude becomes your constant friend, adding joy to even the smallest occasions. According to this perspective, having money is a means of strengthening your relationship with God and giving liberally to others. This gratitude and joy serve as your shield against hopelessness and terror. You have a bright future ahead of you. Recognize that God's love for you is reflected in the plenty you get. Therefore, welcome it with open arms. Allow happiness and thankfulness to guide you down this path, serving as a constant reminder that you are loved, selected, and equipped to live a life that reflects God's amazing purpose. It takes more than just money achievement to become wealthy. It is a triumph that silences all doubters and skeptics. Consider the expressions of people who questioned your abilities, the people who said you wouldn't succeed. Their response is your rising, a potent illustration of God's faithfulness and your inner strength, because it follows tenacity and unflinching trust. This reward is sweeter. Think about the people who, because they persisted, began with nothing and ended up with everything. Your discovery will serve as a ray of hope for those who are doubting themselves. Every money you get and every blessing you experience is evidence that God never breaks his promises, and that when you trust in things that are beyond the realm of the visible, miracles occur. It's not just about money. The goal is to demonstrate to the world and to yourself that God's favor is present and active in your life. Let your ascent be a celebration of faith, overcoming uncertainty, overcoming fear, overcoming adversity, and optimism. Many people will be motivated by your narrative to never give up on their aspirations. Those who formerly doubted your value or made fun of your dreams will look on and wonder as your life changes. When people witness the blessings in your life, their amazement will be evident. This abundance will be a living, breathing response to your prayers and a testament to God's power acting on your behalf. Seemingly overnight, it's normal to want to disprove other people, but let your wealth speak for itself. Your shift will be most evident in your happiness, serenity, and giving. By demonstrating to others that with God, nothing is impossible, you will encourage others to believe in the impossible. Their surprise extends beyond your money. It's about the generosity you show, the hope you exude, and the light you bear. When you believe in God's perfect time and purpose, your abundance becomes a source of encouragement, inviting others to see the marvels that occur. The tale of redemption and supernatural intervention is compelling, as is the path from poverty to riches. Those that questioned, disregarded, or ignored you will be amazed to see how your life dramatically changes. This shift is about more than just making money. It's about embracing your God-given identity and purpose with courage. As your breakthrough becomes indisputable, picture the expressions of astonishment and appreciation. You'll know the truth, but others will marvel how you manage to overcome such great odds. You persevere because of God's unfailing promise and your unwavering trust. You will serve as a living example that poverty does not have the last word. Now is your moment to shine, to fully embrace your blessings, and to share your experience with others to encourage them. See how they are awestruck by your metamorphosis, not only by your success, but also by the faith and hope that enabled it. Your ascent is evidence of the unwavering strength of the chosen one and the force of God's love. The peaceful assurance that comes from knowing that your accomplishment is undeniable is the most powerful thing there is. As your fortune starts to increase, it turns into the most poetic answer to all the doubters who have ever questioned your abilities. The proof of your breakthrough will soon silence the same voices that doubted your goals. Consider how normal it is to have doubts about someone when they are having difficulties. However, the story changes entirely as your life improves and your finances get better. Results don't cause arguments. You'll be humbled by your increasing abundance, which will speak loud enough to drown out naysayers. This wealth is more than a one-off achievement. It demonstrates how dependable God has been in your life. Your trust was not in vain, as evidenced by every dollar and every blessing. Critics' misgivings will vanish when they observe your breakthrough, because they will recognize that a heavenly miracle is taking place. Allow yourself to be empowered by this fact. Not everyone benefits from your success. It is an affirmation of the genuineness and activity of God's favor. Your prosperity will serve as a source of inspiration for others, a tangible proof that God's promises are worthwhile, and that faith overcomes skepticism. Mockery has a sharp edge. When someone disparages your efforts or laughs at your goals, it hurts. However, what if you could use that pain as motivation for something truly remarkable? Each disparaging utterance might serve as a springboard for immense prosperity, motivating you to demonstrate that your fate surpasses their skepticism. Imagine the change in energy that occurs when you choose to utilize criticism as inspiration rather than as a burden. The same voices who formerly attempted to undermine you will now serve as the background music for your triumph. As you ascend higher and shine brighter, driven by the very skepticism that is supposed to hold you back, they will watch in amazement. Stories of people who turned mockery into success abound in history. People like Oprah Winfrey, who become one of the most powerful women in the world after overcoming early rejection. You can have an equally impactful narrative. Allow every disparaging remark to serve as a reminder of your abilities and a catalyst for you to seize your prosperous future. It takes more than just proving people incorrect to turn ridicule into inspiration. It's about establishing your correctness. It involves accepting your value, maintaining your faith, and not allowing negativity to dictate your course. The ultimate resurgence is your abundance. Even more powerful than words are deeds and outcomes. Even though others may discuss, criticize, or have doubts, your success will be the voice that cannot be silenced. Allow your life to serve as the message that turns doubt into wonder and incredulity into reverence. You generate an unstoppable momentum when you concentrate on advancing your goals rather than protecting them. Not because you brag, but because of the outcomes you achieve. Success demands attention. The greatest evidence of God's faithfulness in your life will be the happiness, tranquility, and freedom that your achievement gives. Keep in mind that people who criticize frequently do so out of personal fear or insecurity. Try not to waste your time attempting to convince them otherwise. Put that energy into learning, developing, and thriving. Your success will be sufficient persuasion. Your accomplishments will eventually serve as an example of the strength of faith in God's promises, inspire others, and uplift those who are still struggling. Allow your accomplishment to illuminate the path for many by shining brighter and speaking louder. Being made fun of, disregarded, or undervalued hurts. However, history repeatedly demonstrates that those who are the most outspoken supporters of success are frequently the ones who laugh first. It's only a season of ridicule for you. A more joyous season is in store for you. Consider how seeds that are buried in the ground must endure pressure and darkness before emerging in brilliant blossom. Your difficulties and the laughter you experience are the essential strain that gets you ready for a spectacular ascent. Today, what appears to be mockery is really the introduction of cheering. Remain optimistic and don't allow the negative of the present to define who you are. The timing of your breakthrough will be amazing, and those who had doubts will be amazed by your change when it happens. They will celebrate your successes because they cannot reject the indisputable reality of your achievement, not because they are obligated to. Your testimony includes this turnaround, a tale of a chosen one walking into their destiny, of light eradicating darkness, and of faith triumphing over fear. Since their celebration is almost approaching, let the laughing feed your passion. Doubt is a transient feeling, a shadow that disappears when the light comes. Your present financial and future uncertainties won't persist forever. You are entering a legacy of riches that will last for future generations as well as for your own lifetime. Think about the influence of everlasting prosperity. Not simply financial wealth, but the type of plenty that brings years of blessings to your family, your neighborhood, and your mission. God promises long-term prosperity based on his love and faithfulness, not fleeting comfort. Even though doubt may be nagging at you, remember yourself every day that it is fleeting and helpless in the face of God's unending promises. There's more to wealth than just numbers. It's about living in God's favor and experiencing the freedom, joy, and serenity that follow. Your journey from uncertainty to plenty is evidence that religion has the power to change people's lives and move mountains. Accept this reality and allow it to give you courage as you confidently enter the everlasting wealth that God has planned for you. Your financial success is more than just a significant event. Your life is a real, breathing testament to God's favor. You are incredibly loved and divinely ordained, as seen by every unanticipated opportunity, prayer answered, and rise in your finances. When God's favor shifts, things happen in ways that aren't rational. No one can close the doors that open. When issues seem intractable, solutions emerged. God's divine hand is directing your actions in the direction of plenty. Allow your innovation to serve as a lighthouse for those who are still waiting. To inspire people who question whether miracles are possible, share your experience, your hardships, and your triumph. Your success is evidence of the genuine and active nature of God's favor, an invitation to have complete faith in Him. Recognize that this favor is a gift and accept it with humility and thanks. Your breakthrough serves as a reminder to continue diligently following God's path and a signpost to the amazing things He has in store. Wealth is more than just a reward. It's proof that you are living out the destiny that God has planned for you. When your finances and your purpose line up, it's a strong indication that God is working in your life. Consider how having enough money allows you to follow your passion. This riches is a divine endorsement of your journey and mission, whether it is by investing in causes that are close to your heart, helping others, or creating opportunities. Every blessing you get confirms that you are right where you should be and is like a seal of approval from heaven. This connection gives you a profound sense of calm and inspires you to work tirelessly toward your goals. Your material prosperity is an outward manifestation of your unseen calling. Let it serve as a daily reminder that you were meant to be great and that God is dependable in fulfilling all of His promises. Blessings become unstoppable forces that silence all negative voices when God bestows them abundantly. The tremendous force of divine favor and provision is too strong for criticism, no matter how loud or persistent. Imagine debris being washed away by a flood. Your blessings are like that deluge that washes away harsh judgments, worries, and uncertainties. The complaints get smaller until they are no longer relevant as your blessings increase. It's not simply about getting rich. It's about leading such a blessed life that negativity just cannot pierce your tranquility and delight. Your blessings serve as evidence that God's love overcomes all obstacles. Observe how criticism becomes ineffective in your life becomes a brilliant illustration of God's amazing goodness as you continue to give and receive freely. When you're concentrating on accumulating wealth and practicing your faith, you may observe that people are doubting your vision or your choices. Although it might be painful, their doubt also shows something significant. They don't yet comprehend the route you're on. Because novel concepts and audacious religious journeys question the current quo, great accomplishments frequently start with skepticism from others. What makes you unique and puts you up for success is your determination to follow God's plan in spite of opposition. Consider innovators and pioneers who were mocked before they achieved success. This is the narrative of your bravery and trust. Continue to develop, maintain your faith, and keep going. Even when people doubt your route, their doubts will be replaced by adoration as they see your wealth increase, your mission become clear, and your faith be validated. Your experience serves as a potent teaching tool for tenacity and divine alignment. Your wealth becomes a tremendous testimony that is beyond words when it starts to overflow. The riches in your life will quiet the skeptics who question your abilities and motivate those who have suffered with you. There is more to this overflow than money. It's the excess of happiness. Your very being exudes charity and heavenly grace. Consider how others can be inspired by your accomplishment to think that they, too, can achieve their own breakthrough. In a world that is frequently shrouded in poverty and hopelessness, your abundant blessings serve as a ray of hope. It serves as a reminder that God keeps His word, and that plenty is a blessing that should be freely given. Allow your gift to blossom organically, altering tales and transforming lives. You'll see a ripple effect as you give. Your blessings multiply and return to you in ways you never expected. Your wealth will serve as motivation, proving that action combined with faith produces unstoppable success. In addition, the overflow will eliminate any residual uncertainty or pessimism. People will no longer doubt your path. Instead, they will be amazed by the amazing change in your life. More powerful than any argument, your abundant life will speak for itself. Victory is the best way to dispel doubt. When your energy flows, blessings flow. Test me in this, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven. Malachi 3 verse 10. Test God today by sowing $100 into Holy Voices. Your financial success will serve as a definitive response to any doubter who has ever questioned your value, your beliefs, or your aspirations. This triumph is more than. Beloved soul, if this message has spoken to your heart, don't let it end here. Click that like button so the light can spread to more people who need hope. Subscribe to Holy Voices so you never miss the next word heaven has for you. And leave a comment below. I read everyone and I pray over them. Remember, faith grows when we share it. So share this message with someone who needs to hear it today. Until we meet again, may God's peace cover you and His voice guide your every step.